Hey everybody, welcome back to Next Play Records. I'm Andy, and today's video is another vinyl tag, a great one. This is the Blues Vinyl Tag 2021. One of my favorite genres. I have a decent collection, not a ton. I almost had to use, I used the majority of my blues collection to fill out these 20 questions started by Chris. BluesGuy Vinyl, great channel. A lot of people know about him, and he's more than just blues, but that's his expertise, if you will. Does a great job of showing plenty of blues records that you may not know about and can add to your want list. I've done it by watching some of his videos, and I really enjoy his channel. So glad to do another 2021 vinyl tag. Let me straighten this up, and let's get started. Prompt number one, an electric blues album. And this is one of my favorites of all time, and it is Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's some electric blues. Texas Flood. Texas Flood's one of my favorite blues rock songs ever written. He does an awesome job on it. This record has Love Struck Baby, Pride and Joy, Texas Flood, Testify, Mary Had a Little Lamb, Lenny. So that's a great electric blues album. Prompt number two will be acoustic blues. And I've shown this on some other videos, but it's one of my favorite blues albums, so I'm going to show it here. Acoustic Blues by Lightnin' Hopkins. This is his greatest hits from Prestige Bluesville Records. And you can see the lineup of songs on here. But this is an OG of his greatest hits. So Lightnin' Hopkins' greatest hits, that's a great acoustic blues album. And there is the popular Prestige Bluesville label. Okay, Live Blues. This is one I recently got from Davis Winchester. I've also shown this one, but this is Junior Wells. I've grown to really love him lately. His harmonica playing, his singing. This is Junior Wells live. That's a live performance at Pepper's Lounge, south side of Chicago, Illinois. Great, great Chicago blues right there. So Junior Wells live. That's my live album. And my double LP, and it's a double LP because it is a 45 RPM audiophile reissue of Muddy Waters' Folk Singer. This is one of the best sounding analog productions releases you can get. It's very valuable now. I think it went back in print recently. I don't know if it's out of stock again, but great one if you can afford the 50, 55 bucks that it's going for on their website. But it sounds awesome. And this is just Muddy and his guitar doing his thing. Folk Singer. It's on the Chess label. But this is a double 45 LP. So that's my my double LP for this blues vinyl tag. Listen to the songs on this. It's so raw. Love his voice. Love his guitar style. So Muddy Waters Folk Singer. That's my double LP. The next one I have is the oldest blues album I have. This is a 1963 OG on the VJ label. And it is John Lee Hooker on Campus. I love it. Got a good deal on a seller from a seller on Discog for this. So John Lee Hooker on VJ, John Lee Hooker on Campus. That's the oldest one I have, 1963. The next prompt, number 6, is the most recent blues album that I added to my collection. And it is a reissue of Hoodoo Man Blues from Junior Wells, Chicago blues band. This one has Buddy Guy on the guitar, Junior Wells on the harmonica and singing, obviously, and what a great combination. This is some, again, raw, just action-packed blues songs. Not your real whiny blues that I love, but has some rocking to it. Good tempos on the Delmark label. So that's my most recent blues edition. This was a couple of weeks ago. Hoodoo Man Blues by Junior Wells, Chicago Blues Band with Buddy Guy. Next one I have, do not have any 7-inch blues or 10-inch blues, so I'm going to have to pass on those two parts of the tag. I'll do my best to add that over this coming year so that next year I'll be able to show that. But now, any chess label. Chess label I have here, another John Lee Hooker. This is John Lee Hooker, House of the Blues. This is a reissue. There's the purple reissue chess label. I really like this one. This has kind of got that later 60s kind of echo in the voice on some songs. Again, John Lee Hooker his typical growl vocals on these. Love it. I've also shown this record, so we won't stay on it too long. But there is my chest label option for the tag. Next one, Delmark. Ooh, this could have also been a recent discovery. It's Luther Allison, but I'm going with the Delmark label here. Luther Allison, Love Me Mama. Great record. He has some other ones I really want to get, but there's your Delmark label again. But Luther Allison, Love Me Mama. If you haven't gotten this one, it's very affordable. Awesome music. Love his style too. He really attacks in his vocals and his guitar playing. But love some Luther Allison. Next one, Alligator label. Unfortunately, I don't have that either. We'll move on. Smaller label. My smaller label is called Guest Star. I don't know a whole bunch about this label, but this is an old record, 64, so it's a little bit newer than the Hooker that I showed, but this is Lightning Hopkins live at the Bird Lounge. Early in my YouTube channel, I did a quick overview of my blues collection, and I showed this. It's got a great write-up inside the sleeve that talks about the atmosphere of the night and how he played from like 11 p.m. to 4 in the morning or something. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but he played deep into the night. It would have been an awesome show to see. Lightning Hopkins live at the Bird Lounge in Houston, Texas on Guest Star. That's my small label. All right. Next one, regional blues. And this is the Delta Blues. About as regional as you can get. Deep South. And his name is regional. Mississippi. Fred McDowell. Let me make sure I do not play no rock and roll. Great cover. Great quote from Mississippi Fred McDowell. And this is the Delta Blues. Just country, country, country. Love his voice. Love his singing style. That's the kind of blues that I like the most. That's on the Capitol label. But there you go. There's my regional blues. If you don't have this one, try it out too. If you love the blues, I think everybody should have this one in their collection. Psych blues. Now we can go psych rock with a ton of blues influence. The Doors' LA Woman. So the reason that this was the first Doors album that I ever picked is because this psych rock, psych blues is just, it's drenched in the blues influences of tons of songs on here. The Doors' LA Woman is going to be my representative for psych blues. LA Woman, Love Her Madly, Riders on the Storm. But I mean, they also cover The Changeling, Been Down So Long, another great Crawling King Snake. Tons of good blues songs on here. So that's going to be my representative. Psych blues, The Doors' LA Woman. British blues. This is one that I found at an antique store for $5. It's got some value to it on the UK Harvest label. This is the Chicago Blues Band. Awesome blues rock right here. Their first album, I believe. This is when they were at their peak, in my opinion. They kind of got a little too commercial when you get into record number 3, 4, 5. But Climax Chicago Blues Band. This is a OG UK copy. And it's a brilliant blues rock right here. So there's my UK British blues right there. King of the blues. So this could be B.B. King, Freddie King, Albert King, and I chose my Albert King record. Albert King, I'll Play the Blues for You. Awesome electric guitar playing here. Good voice. On the Stax label. I was happy to add him to my collection. I got this middle of last year. It was my only Albert King in my collection. So there's my King representative. Albert King plays the blues for you on the Stax. Now this one, y'all might shake your head a little bit. It's not really that bluesy. It's more of a folk, little bit of bluegrass, but it does have some blues. And if you look them up on Discogs, the record is genre. Has blues on there. So I used it because I don't have a lot of colored vinyl. And this is our color vinyl section of the blues vinyl tag. And you can see here, we've got a little sand colored vinyl. And the record is Raising Sand by Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. Some of the songs are definitely blues. Overall, it's more of a folk, obviously, but this was my best option for colored vinyl in this tag. So you can imagine Robert Plant, he's got that bluesy sound in a lot of his Led Zeppelin songs. It was tough for him to bring that voice out with Alison Krauss and with the style of music they were playing. So I'm okay counting this here with my colored vinyl blues album, Raising Sand. Let y'all see that again. Make you feel like you're going to the beach. All right. Recommended album. This is probably, for many reasons, a good recommended album, and it is Stevie Ray Vaughan. This came out after he passed away, but this is Stevie Ray Vaughan, The Sky is Crying. This is an awesome reissue from Analog Productions, 33 1/3. As you can see, the QRP pressed, epic label. Just a brilliant record. Life by the Drop, The Sky is Crying. Just tons of good songs on here. Chitlet's Con Carne redone. I do like the jazz version better, but it's good. May I have a little talk with you? Great blues rock, Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is my recommendation for anybody. Even if you don't love the blues, you should love this one. A find or discovery. I kind of discovered last year a little more of Paul Butterfield. This is the only Paul Butterfield record I have in my collection. This is one of his later ones, Better Days. Great blues rock. Again, Paul Butterfield Blues Band. This is on actually a small label I could have shown, Bearsville. But he was a recent discovery for me. Just how much quality his music is and deep his catalog is. So I definitely have a few more of him on my want list that I want to add. So Paul Butterfield Blues Band would be a recent find and a discovery from last year for me. And the last one, the first blues album I ever bought, and I bought it at the Atlanta record show 2 years ago. They didn't have it last year due to the situation we were in. But this is Muddy Waters, a Chess Masters double album. I think this was a great place to start for any blues fan on vinyl, is a Muddy Waters compilation. Tons of great songs on here. Honey Bee, I love. Rolling Stone, I'm Ready. Hoochie Coochie Man. I Can't Be Satisfied. Manish Boy. Tons of his best songs. I won't go through reading all of them. But this is some of his best from Chess. And Muddy Waters was the first blues album added to my collection. Shortly after that, I got a ton of Lightning Hopkins. Lightning Hopkins is my favorite. I'm starting to love Junior Wells, but I showed a little bit of Lightning Hopkins. I could have shown a lot more because I have a lot of him in my collection, but I didn't want to overdo it with him. So there's my blues vinyl tag. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Give me some more recommendations because that's one of the smaller parts of my collection that it's one of my favorite genres. But I'm sitting at, I think, maybe 20 or 30 LPs for blues. So I definitely need to add some more Junior Wells and some Paul Butterfield and people like that. So give me recommendations. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And until next time, keep spinning that next play.